focus is on Jerome Baker. He's been one of his team's best defenders all season, with 11 sacks so far this year. It's the Dolphins and the Commanders, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Go ahead.
Throwing to start here is Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Here's Mostert. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll run with Mostert, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Jalen Waddle with a 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it, 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his 2nd NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here's Howell.
And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
They're right here.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And it's 15-0. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The play fake, and now here's how to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Howell. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 31. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Howell. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jalen Phillips in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Howell now to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jalen Phillips. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
And he had a short touchdown run last series, 4 carries, good yardage as well. Pretty good all around, really, Charles.
It was, because think of the drive that created all of that, right? The ability to carry the football, the ability to see holes that were created for him, even able to pat the wide receivers on the back and say, thanks, guys, for the help, and finishes it off with that short touchdown run. I can't wait to see what they do in the next drive and the next series, because I want to see how the defense adjusts.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. To the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Back to throw, Howell. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. This one left side, caught by Gibson.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And once more, Howell back to the air. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they go play action with Howell. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Diaby Brown, complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And Howell will throw it. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
Ready.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it is the Chargers who have the lead in that one. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. It's Desmond Ridder with a touchdown pass there. It was Raheem Mostert, the veteran who did some damage in that first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Byron Pringle now to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Howell from the gun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Tua not liking what he sees, so he's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 210 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right. Fights off the defender. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Tua going to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run. Give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And the Washington offense heading out. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Let's go now.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Powell. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out.
There he goes left side. Powering his way forward. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 58 yards. And the Commanders are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And Brian Robinson finished things off with a touchdown grab. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 yards to go, second down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. One more time with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. On play action, here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now throwing on first down here.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
Look at the big man rumble. He may go.
Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard, 82 yards.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
That good for 19 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa completes it to the tight end Smythe. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He'll buy some time right. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Here's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense set to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Howell.
Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
2nd down, Howell now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Dolphins, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.